Welcome everyone to the Tactical Tavern. I'm your host Tomas Alas, and in this video we are counting down my top 5 favorite Begg knives. With that said, let's cut into it. Coming in at number 5 is the JVO designed Asteo folder. This blade is robust yet beautiful. The lines flow together. One of my favorite aspects of it is the recurve tanto, and it is such a thick blade. Even though it starts out as a much thicker blade, it has a subtle hollow grind that leads to a flat tip. So it has a robust tip for any heavy duty work, yet it still has a ton of slicing capabilities and a smooth G10 handle with some light texturing in there to help you get a good grip. Even though this is a larger blade, it still has such a smooth action. I'm also a big fan of the design of the pocket clip and the ball bearing that they have on there, which slides in and out of the pocket very smoothly. Right when you get it out of the pocket, it goes right into this jimping into the palm of your hand. It lines you up there for the flipper tab to snap right open. Locking this into place is like a hybrid frame lock with some texture on there. It prevents your hands from sliding forward with the perfect ramp there for your thumb. And this is a beautiful workhorse of a blade coming in at $120. And at that price point, I think that is great value considering that this blade looks way more. Coming in at number 2, we have the Begg Bolo. To me, this is a knife that is just fun. When you first get it in your hand, you'll notice the heaviness towards the tip, which makes a fantastic chopper for your camping or outdoor adventure activities. Is this a blade that I'd go hiking with? Maybe, but it is a little bit on the heavier side. I do enjoy the saw teeth on the back for around a campsite or if you're car camping. This has to be one of the most comfortable and ergonomic handles that I have ever held. Especially with the weight forward design, this allows you to just use your 3 fingers to flick and chop and deal in branches to get a fire going. Along the top here, we have the classic flutes and holes, but we also have a saw. This melts through materials, yet in a survival combat situation, you can also use it to hook, rake, and pop blades out of the way. There's also a front finger choil here that allows you to get closer to the edge for more fine cutting tasks. The sheath on this offers fantastic retention and a wide opening, so you can easily insert it. And besides the buttons, there is no rattle with the sheath. We have a large drainage hole and some flutes and holes that complement and line up perfectly with the blade, which is an engineering feat. Carrying this around is a ballistic nylon snap button system that we've seen on many other blades. It securely fastens the blade, but if you want to, you can also take it off and run like a tech lock or your preferred carry method. To me, this blade is just so fun. Does it have some practical application? Absolutely. But I also love just smashing it around in the kitchen and slicing tri-tips with it. It's a super fun blade. At the time of this review, you can find the Begg Bolo for around $187. And to me, this is like the perfect vehicle survival kit blade. Coming in at number 3 is the Quen. This is such a classy blade. I love how elegant it looks. The Sun Tzu Quen, it has the quillings on the top, which in theory could work as a quick deploy feature, but it also prevents your hands from sliding up onto the guard. They're not super large, so you can still get a comfortable grip for actually using this blade in a variety of different ways. It has a sleek liner lock action and an ultra smooth blade, and I really like the sound that it makes when it opens and closes. Towards the back end, we have a unique lanyard hole here, which actually acts as an icebreaker to get your parties going. And the milling texture work here with that 2-toned aluminum handle feels fantastic in the hand. To me, when I see this, it's like a very classy and elegant gentleman's folding blade, but it has a ton of personal protection capabilities with that design and blade shape. And of course, it's very comfortable in the reverse grip with how that jimping lines up with your thumb. It just feels so comfortable in the closed position. And then if things get more serious, you can easily flip that blade open. It comes in at around $120, which again, I think is pretty tremendous value. Coming in at number 4 is probably the best value blade that you'll find, and that is the Begg Alligator. This is a Chronos design blade, 14C28 in steel with the G10 handle that is smooth polished, but it's so comfortable in the hand. And it also has a deep guard up there from preventing your hands from sliding forward. There is a lanyard attachment point both in the front and the rear of the handle, so you can lash this together, lash it to a spear, make sure it doesn't come flying. I can't say enough good things about this blade. This is like your do-all fixed blade. You can use it as a survival tool. You can use it as a fighting blade if you're in a dire situation. But even for food prep work, it's like a fantastic tactical kitchen knife. As we look at the top of the blade shape, it has like a subtle harpoon, which I found when you lock your thumb in there with the jimping on the spine, you can do some detailed carving work. And it has a fuller on there to lighten the blade, giving it some handle heft to it. So it's very fast and lively in the hand. One of my favorite aspects of this is how they hollowed out a piece of the handle so you can get really close on there with like thumb pinch grip. Again, for those kitchen utility tasks or carving work. and it's comfortable in a wide variety of grips. I love this blade so much, especially for the value that it offers, that I got 2 more. It also is available in the black handle with the dark stone wash, which is just chef's kiss, gorgeous. And we also have a black and blue handle blade as well. Using this in the outdoors, I would certainly recommend the high visibility orange. So that way, if you accidentally set it down, you can easily see it. But if you want something a little bit more tactical, that black blade with the stonewash handle will help you not reflect light. This is just a fantastic tool, especially with that 14C 28N blade steel. It gets razor sharp. And this comes in at $104. For a chunk of steel and a sheath, I can't complain about that. The screws on this model are Phillips head, so you can easily adjust it. There's some drainage holes towards the bottom if it gets wet for whatever reason. And there's also a nylon webbing, so you can easily slip it through your belt. Amazing value, and that is the Begg Knives Alligator. Before we get to number 5, I have 2 honorable mentions, and the first one is a soon-to-be released blade called the Oslo. To the best of my knowledge, I believe this is their first button lock blade. It has a front flipper design and a Warncliffe blade shape with a hollow grind, and this thing is wicked sharp. It's very chunky, but it's comfortable in like a 2-3 finger grip for your detailed cutting work, package opening activities, and the button lock is so smooth. The pocket clip has a really cool milled texture to it, again with that classic ball bearing, so it's smooth to come in and out. If you're limited by a blade length in your region or country, this would be a great option because it still maximizes slashing and cutting performances in a comfortable package that's much smaller. Thick on the spine, yet it tapers down really thin. I don't have a price point yet, but I'll drop some links down below if I can find anything. Keep your eyes peeled because this is coming soon, and I'm super stoked for you guys to check this out. The last honorable mention is a slip joint knife that is pretty much legal anywhere. This is the Bullet Train. A Saks inspired blade that is so dang comfortable. It has polished G10. It has a insert. The collar on this blade is just gorgeous. The walk and the talk, so snappy. If you're looking for something a little bit more classy, this is the best option for a letter opener or package opener, but it still has a ton of capabilities if using it in an area where you may not be able to have a locking blade. This certainly maximizing the cutting performance with that straight Warncliffe style blade. As long as you're going against the lock, you should have no problems. But again, definitely a little bit more of a classier piece. I have to throw this in here, not only for the budget price point that this comes in at, but also because of the functionality. Maybe you live in an area where you can't have a locking blade, but you still want something with a ton of cutting capabilities. The Bullet Train will have you covered with that slicing geometry. It's gonna cut deep. Just make sure you have your thumb pressure against there so it will fight against the lock so it doesn't close on your hands. It is one of the most classy blades, coming in at $53. It's incredible. And Begg, if you're watching, I would not mind a liner lock version of this or something because I just love that blade shape. Fantastic. And coming in at number 1 is the Begg Knives Filoso Dagger. These have to be the best value daggers on the market right now. They are so fast, lively, elegant, beautiful. A must-have if you're into collecting blades or even want something practical and functional for dispatching any packages that you might have. Double-edged blade with a sheath that is universal, so you can insert it either way. You can customize it. I even have a discreet carry concept clip on the smaller version. These start in at $92. $92 for a bull tang double-edged fighting blade. It doesn't get better than that. The 8-inch one has a ton of maneuverability, while this other smaller one is great for carrying it close to your chest. The only thing I'd love to see is a small version. I agree with some of the comments that have come up on these videos. We need a mini. I think it would just be that perfect EDC concealed carry blade. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with the order of this list, and what are some of your favorite Begg knives? If you enjoyed this new series and were inspired by the top 5 favorites, let me know in the comment section down below, and we can do them for different designers and makers. I'll also drop down below some links to the specific blades, and these will be affiliate links and a free way to help support the channel. If you found any value from this video or found it entertaining, please make sure to drop a like, share with a friend who would also be interested, and subscribe to see more. With that being said, my name is Tomas. Thank you again for watching. I'm excited to see you in the next video. And remember, be prepared, be practical, stay tactical.